Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I normally say happy Friday, but for these summoners in this alliance, it is anything but a happy Friday. It is almost over. In fact, by the time this hits my channel, dare I say, it was just over, because I think this is going to drop about 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that is when Day 5 of 5 Alliance Quest ends. Now, if we zoom in, you can see that this is indeed Day 5 of 5 for Unforgiven in his Alliance 448G. Day 5 of Alliance Quest. Normal Day 5. So, like usual, when Day 5 started, several of his Alliance members, including himself, joined Alliance Quest and were going about it normally. Several hours later, he logged back into the game to move an Alliance Quest, and this is the warning that he saw. You are only allowed to participate in one Alliance Quest at a time. The game seems to think he was in either 2 different battle groups, or even weirder, 2 different alliances at the same time. So, all of a sudden, he could spectate himself not moving, but he couldn't actually enter his own battle group. Now, I don't know about you, but if this happened to me, I would be beyond outraged, especially because it's Day 5, right? It's the most points, at least the highest PI in terms of defenders in Day 5, because the defenders are the highest PI. Normally it takes the most time, though, if you're in something like map 5, map 4, maybe map 6, map 7, depending on your roster. It's not going to take you that much time, but it's still important for you to move, right? This wasn't just happening to him, though. This was happening to multiple members of his alliance. This would be a really, really weird bug if this was the only part of the bug. But no, this is submission 1 of 3 for the jury, because now let's go to submission number 2. All of a sudden, the game thinks hours into Day 5 that no one has joined. 0% explored. The game thinks that all 3 battle groups just aren't interested in joining Alliance Quest on Day 5, and therefore no one can enter because, in theory, no one is participating. So, at this point, you're filing help tickets, you're throwing your fist into the air, you're thinking, why do I play this godforsaken game that's broken? You're also just now thinking about, if you're doing Alliance War, all of the reasons why Alliance War is broken and the season had to dramatically and abruptly end. And yes, I've heard from several of you who've told me that the way that your alliance is structured, you have an agreement about who can join how many alliances for Alliance War. And so some of you were just now on your rotation to get your number of Alliance Wars in for the season, and you are going to miss out on rewards because this was going to be your first or second Alliance War, and instead, of course, you weren't able to have it count. I get all that. So, to preface so far, this is just how weird this is. It tells you you're only allowed to participate in one Alliance Quest at a time, which is obviously weird because you're still in the same Alliance Quest as you've been in the first 4 days. Then it tells you nobody's even in the Alliance Quest. You don't get to join. You don't get to do anything. And you know what's interesting is even the middle group says full, even though it's 0 out of 10. If you zoom in, you can see it says full. But then, just to top off how bizarre this is, you can spectate and see yourself in Alliance Quest waiting to move, even though the game tells you you don't exist inside that battle group and you are in multiple Alliance Quests potentially, which is why you can't join. What? Now, we know Alliance Quest is bugged because for the last 2 Alliance Quest cycles, the placement phase originally told everybody that it was going to be 7 days and change before we could place, giving this idea, this implied notion for at least a brief time, that we were going to have an additional week off from Alliance Quest, which I kept saying in other videos. It was a great idea, especially during the American holiday of Thanksgiving, where you can give everybody a chance to rest for the holidays and give everybody the same rewards they got last time. Kabam, of course, took both of those bugs back, fixed the timer, and then there haven't been as many reported bugs, at least not into this channel this week, but this is still an example of the fact that Alliance Quest for some alliances is indeed broken, especially on day 5. I don't know what to tell you, YouTube. What isn't broken in the game right now? That might be an easier question to answer. Unforgiven, I promised you that I would cover this in a video. You are only as good as your word in life, and I have indeed done just that. But I also don't like to keep these videos longer than they need to be, so let's end it here. Thanks for the feedback, sir. So sorry this happened to your alliance. Did it happen to anyone else, or are these poor, unlucky souls the only people that they saw this bug? Because maybe that was the case, right? Either way, it was definitely bizarre, worth talking about on the channel, and definitely worth breathing life out into the community, because if you try to post something like this in the forum, it's like a 50-50 whether or not they even let you post it before they delete it, which is also unfortunate. That's a great thing about having a YouTube channel. They can't delete it. Kabam has no control over this video, and that's why we put it on the channel today.